What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first installment of Will It Define? I'm going to be doing a new thing like the good book says and trying out a new series where I try out various holding gels for curly hair to see how well they work. Today's video I'm going to be trying a new product right here in the corner. It is the very sexy hold up gel. A client of mine recommended this product to me and I figured I'd try it like any good hairstylist would do because she told me that it gave her really good definition and it lasted for a long time because it gave her a different look as the hairstyle continued to get older. If any of you know me, you know that I love to have a good versatile look. I love seeing the change in my cut and my curls as the days go by. So this was a no-brainer for me. So the new picture that's on the screen, you'll see that I tried out various leave-in conditioners to mix with this gel because I wanted to see what type of leave-in conditioner works best and what shows signs of flaking and what doesn't. And in this case, liquid leave-in conditioners worked best with it. So as you can see in the video, I used the Bamboo and Silk HCO leave-in from Design Essentials. I'm starting with a small amount of the gel and applying it to this section. This is my first section, so I'm not really sure how much product I should use. I used a small amount. My first impression of this gel as I'm raking it through my hair is that it's nice and thick, which I like because that lets me know that I'm going to get a good amount of curl formation. As you can see on the screen, I am. So instantly, I'm impressed. Then I go over to the next side and I notice how much elongation that I'm getting from the gel. So moving forward, I continue to do my steps as far as applying the product and getting it raked through my hair. This side I used a little bit more product than the other side, and I'll show you guys just in a second the difference. Using a white towel, you can see the difference now with my black hair up against the white towel. You can see that this side has a little bit more frizz. It's not as clumped as the other side is. You'll see right now, this side is a lot shinier, a lot more clumped, a lot more curl definition. So I decided to use more product in general all over my head, and I'm thoroughly impressed. So at this point, I decide to go ahead and cut the camera off and move into doing the rest of my hair. This is after all of my hair has been styled with the gel. At this point is where I start to notice a little bit of my first cons. Although this product gives you wicked definition, as you can see, it's quite sticky. And as my hair was drying, my hair was sticking to my face and my neck, and I had to keep adjusting it. Now this is straight out of the dryer. It took about an hour for my hair to dry, and it was hard. Very, very crunchy all over, but as you can see, lots of definition. I decided to go in with some oil and break up the curl cast because it was quite dense. This curl cast was very crusty, very crunchy, and as you can see by my face, and the more I sped through this, you can see my face continuing to be scrunched up because this product dried on really, really hard. I'm going through my hair and I spent a good amount of time, maybe like 5 minutes, fluffing my hair, and at this point my hair was fluffed enough where it had some movement. So finally I'm at a place where I feel like, okay, now my styling is done, but it still was very crunchy and very hard, but it had some movement now. It was loosened up enough. As I'm inspecting my hair, I'm still feeling how stiff and crunchy it is, making little faces, but I am also noticing how much definition I'm getting. The definition was crazy. I did not expect this much definition from this product. As far as hold and definition goes, you're not going to have a problem with this product. My only concern, though, was how crunchy it was and whether or not it was going to soften. That was something that was a little bit bothersome to me. I wondered if it would work on coarser textures. But as you can see through these pictures, this is the next day. My hair was still crunchy, but it was a little bit softer. This is the third day. And then you start seeing that my hair is changing, and it's been raining, so it's softening up, it's getting more frizz, and this was the fourth day. So my hair went through quite a bit of changes, but overall it was good changes, and I can say that I like it. Alright y'all, so this is my final thoughts. Today is day 5. Today's the end of day 5 that I've had my hair like this. And mind you, it has been raining pretty much every single day that I've had my hair styled like this. So yes, it does soften. My hair has more frizz, which is a sign of it. The curl has softened, but it still is defined, which is a good thing. There are parts of my hair that are less exposed to the elements that are still pretty hard, like in here where my bang is, under my bang, which is pretty hard still, and some parts in the back toward the root. But I have been scrunching it a lot throughout the days because I wanted it to soften up. I felt as though it was still way too hard for my liking. I like to see a little bit of body, I like to see a little volume in my curls. Now, my overall rating of this product, I think I would give it a 7.8 out of 10. Reason being, the curl cast was a little bit too stiff for my liking. As a hairstylist, I want something that's going to be workable for my clients, and not a lot of my clients are familiar with curl casts and how they work, and are familiar with being able to control them and know how to manage them throughout the life of your hairstyle. So for me, this curl cast is a little bit too tight for this particular purpose. So the hold is a little bit too much for what I would say you would want for a product to help define your curls. However, this product gives you wicked definition. I will definitely have to try it on someone whose hair is a coarser texture than mine. The client that I was in question that recommended this product to me has a coarser texture than mine, even though we have very similar curl patterns. But I would want to see it on someone who has a tighter curl pattern to see what their hair does and how well it lasts. But it does last. It did give me copious amounts of definition and hold, which is great. However, those are not the only things I'm looking for in a product. As you can see, it flakes. My hair has been flaking all day today, which is not bad because it didn't flake the first couple of days. It has been flaking a lot today. Out of all of the days, it has been flaking a lot today, and I think today is day 5. Today's the end of day 5. So day 5 is starting to flake. I don't know if that's just my hair or what, but the purpose of me trying out the products on my hand was for me to see what product would be best as a leave-in conditioner underneath the product. And the difference in the color that it turned and the texture that it turned when I tried out those products let me know what was most likely to flake. So when I mixed it with the product that I ended up using, I didn't expect any flaking. However, I did get flaking, which is okay, and it didn't flake up until now, which is not bad. But nonetheless, it flakes. I honestly think that this product is not made for this purpose, but if you use it with the correct leave-in conditioner and you have a looser curl pattern that is not too loose, because if you use this on a curl pattern that's too loose, you'll have no curls. It will literally pull your curls straight down. But if you use this on a hair type like mine or tighter, I believe that you would get good definition. Especially if you struggle with frizz, you will get good definition. But I don't, for the fact that it leaves such a heavy cast over the hair, I don't think it's really made for this purpose. But it's worth a try. I can't say that it is quite humidity proof, being that my hair still looks like this 5 days later. I only wear my hair like this for 7 days at a time because I do wash my hair once a week. I do have a dry and itchy scalp, so I have to wash my hair once a week. So I really only wear my hair like this 7 days at most. So it did give me pretty good hold for the amount of time that I've worn it. And usually most of the time my hair starts to look like this on day 3. So the fact that I've had my hair like this for 5 days lets you know that it does give you pretty good definition and hold. However, the flaking, the curl cast, and how hard it is to fluff gives me a little bit of pause. And I think that's all I would have to say about it, but I do give it a 7 0.8 out of 10, just because I feel like it's not only do I feel like it's not made for this purpose, but number two, I feel like it would not be beginner friendly for someone who has curly hair who is trying to find the best product to help define their natural curls. It's a little bit too challenging to use. I think that because I am a hairstylist, I have a bit of a leg up on the process, and I'm able to understand what to do when I'm in a situation where my hair becomes stiff. But I think if you are a first time curly girl and you are trying to figure out what products work best and you tried this product, you might panic a little bit after your hair is dry and realize that it's so hard and feels like a helmet. But it does soften and it does get better over the days. It does create a nice amount of volume against the amount of definition that you have. I would not recommend this to a new time curly girl. You would have to get some footing in the game first before actually being able to use this on yourself at home. Maybe if a stylist used it for you and who understands curly girls and understand how to give you the proper curly set, then you could get away with using it. But yeah, I like it. I think that it's a nice product. I do think that it's not made for this purpose, but would I use it again for this purpose? Maybe. I do think that it was a little bit challenging. I do remember a couple of times throughout the week wanting to wash my hair because it did feel very stiff, especially the first day. And I'm not used to feeling my hair like that. Usually I like to have a good amount of hold without it feeling stiff at the roots, and that's how it felt after I washed my hair. So after my hair was completely dry and I was walking around the earth the next day, that's how it felt. But overall, not a bad product. So with that being said, I give it a 7.8 out of 10. I guess that would leave it as a recommended. But if you know yourself and you know that you get easily frustrated when you are dealing with crunchy hair, don't use it. It's not worth it. But if you like the amount of definition and you can handle curl casts, a very thick, dense curl cast, and you are willing to give it a try to see how long the product can last for you, go ahead and try it. But that will be the end of this particular review. It was nice and quick, but these videos are going to be nice and quick because I want to just get the information out there. So let me know what you guys want to see from me. Let me know what products that you have been wanting to try, that you're scared to try, what professional products you've seen out there that you're not able to try on your own but you want to recommend to your stylist so she could try it on you. Anything of that nature, let me know, because I'll be excited to try them for you guys. I want to just give some curly girls some hope, because I feel like a lot of us get very frustrated with our curls, especially during the summertime, because it's so humid and it rains a lot, and we just want our hair to look nice, but in its natural form. And I feel like this series might help some of y'all, so let me know what y'all want to see. But that has been the end of this first installment of Will It Define, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. To the shout, to the truck to the club for the party. You go in first with your girls, cause I don't know who's out there watching, but I do know one thing.